Hi there. How you guys doing? I'm doing all right. This video is going to be very embarrassing for me. I'm going to go over a couple different videos that I've made in the past. I've seen a lot of different videographers and a lot of different channels go about doing this, and I think it's really helpful because it gives a little bit more insight into the process. And I know that the work that I'm doing right now, in a couple years or even a couple months, I'm gonna be embarrassed by, but that's just kind of the process. That's just part of growing and advancing and becoming a better artist. You guys might not know this, but I started making videos and I started posting YouTube videos long before this when I was in high school. And I posted videos every Monday, and I was doing videos all about me? I don't know. My goal was to become a famous YouTuber and comedian and ventriloquist. Yes, I did ventriloquism. It didn't really work out the same way that I expected, and I slowly got less interested in performing, and that started becoming really draining and stressful. And then I started becoming more interested in the technical side and the creative side of actually making videos. That started to become something that was much more interesting to me. So this here is a video that I made in high school. It's not good. So before I talk myself out of it, let's go ahead and watch some of this stuff. It's a small world. I have not seen this video in years. At the time, I was so proud of it. I thought that it was so funny. So it turns out I'm a pretty tall guy. At least that's what my mom would say, and my sisters, and all my friends. And while it's really not that big of a deal, being tall can actually really make your day-to-day life difficult. It's not always fun. And there's many reasons why. Why am I sitting like that? Why am I leaning over like, hi, how you doing? Concussions. Fitting rooms are awkward.
You disgusting pervert!
I'm sorry. Is there a bucket around here? I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Ceiling fans are my worst enemy. They're also quite hazardous. The pacing in this video is so slow. I remember this being hilarious and nice and snappy and everything. It's dull. At the same time, I'm not that disappointed with myself because at the time my laptop had a 2-core processor. I think it had like 4 gigabytes of RAM and no graphics card. That editing software was so slow, it crashed all the time. To do something that would take me like 5 minutes today took me an hour back then. So it's actually really admirable and shows how much patience and how much drive I had back then for overcoming those challenges and still making a video. Even though it's not a very good video, I still made it, even regardless of what my resources were. Yeah, but anyway. I have not been in a bathtub since I was 10. That was actually really good, and that was challenging. I figured out how to use green screen a long time ago. Like, I'm sitting inside of a toy box and I'm throwing this blanket that's green over top of it, and it was quite the endeavor. It was really interesting. Now it's just embarrassing. Shot on a Sony Handycam in my parents' garage. I did not have professional lighting. I just turned the lights on in the room, and eventually I did actually buy a kit of lights, but I looked back at some of those videos and they are even worse because I'm trying to learn how to light my subject. I'm trying to learn how to manipulate and shape the light to look good, and it just looks so much worse than this. So hey, you know what? I was learning, I was growing, and this was some of the first just pure childish nonsense. I didn't even know I wanted to be a videographer at this point. I was just having fun with it, and you know what? It's not terrible. It's not good. You do not become experts at this craft overnight. The only way of actually improving and getting better is to stick with it long enough until you actually see results, but this is just... Alright, what else do I have in here? This is a film I made while I was in college and going through creative arts. I was not in a film school. I did not take any film classes. I really wanted to. They just weren't available for me and they didn't fit into my schedule. But ironically enough, my sister, who had no interest in doing anything film related, she wanted to study to become an English major. She needed to get extra credits, so she took a film course that she didn't even want to take, and I was so jealous. But I was really a loving and supportive brother who drove her to her classes every single day. And I skipped my own classes at times to go into her class. We worked on the movie together. I was more of the cinematographer. I took care of all the visuals and the lighting and everything like that. And she was a little bit more of the creative director. She wrote the script, she directed the actors. But still, this was the first like real film that I made. We actually entered this project into the local film festival, and our film was shown there and was nominated for many different awards. I don't know why we were nominated for any awards or why we were even able to enter into the film festival. There were a lot of better films that were shown there at the time. But this is the crap that we threw together, and I feel like I need this if I'm going to watch this film, but it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, so maybe not, but I'll keep it close by my side.
I got married at 21. We were both so young. Should have known better, but I got caught up in the drama.
So I met Ben at the Northbrook Cafe, and I'd watch him make my latte. It was perfect. I don't know if he always made it that good or if it was just for me, but I'd like to think it was just for me.
At first, it was all fun. Jamming with my friends, making music. It wasn't until university that I realized people thought I was actually good.
Everyone's hair has disappeared in the background. They look like they've been decapitated or something. I don't know.
At first, it was all right. We both worked a lot, didn't see each other much, but I loved him.
He seemed a little bummed one day, so I invited him to sit and chat for a bit. It was a slow day, so he did, and before he left, he asked me to supper.
I was just about to graduate. Had some gigs lined up for the summer. Then I'm at Acoustic one night and I realized my hand's not doing what I want it to do.
And by the end of the week, it was official. Facebook official.
I got pregnant soon after our second anniversary. That wasn't the plan.
See, people say depression and they think some emo kid sitting in the dark. But depression, it doesn't just make you sad. It makes you slow, weak, like your mind and body aren't connected the same way.
Dave tried to get paternity leave so I could finish my research, but it was a rough pregnancy. I was sick all the time. I couldn't keep working.
I can't think, can't keep rhythm, I can't make decisions.
It wasn't fair. I never saw my husband, my career was down the tubes, and it only got worse when the baby was born. I was miserable.
I've never met anyone like him before. He's just the sweetest. He's caring, he works hard, and he's so creative.
I had to make a choice. If I was ever to be happy again, I had to do something.
She just left a note. Like, she doesn't even tell the guy or like call him or do anything. She leaves a sticky note. That's messed up.
So I left. I moved to Chicago and got a new job. It was what I needed, a fresh start.
I think he loves me.
I can't make music, the one thing I used to do right. And if I'm not making music, then what am I?
I forgot what this film was about. This is actually really emotional. Like, in light of last week's upload that I posted, this hits really close to home. These are issues that I wasn't dealing with at the time, but these are things that I just now have experienced and I continue to experience. I think we did a really solid job of addressing those issues.
My parents were so mad they stopped talking to me. But they can't judge. No one can.
People are valued based on what they can offer society. But I can't work. I moved back with my parents, basically living off handouts.
This is way better than I thought it would be. I mean, technically terrible. It's shot in 60 frames per second. No one's hair is actually able to show. It's way too dark. The actors are great and the performance is great. The audio is awesome. Like, if I close my eyes and I don't pay attention to the visuals, this is actually really quite the experience.
Nothing matters more to me than making him happy because he makes me so happy.
I wasn't happy. I realized that if I didn't take action, I was never going to be happy. I only have one life. I have to make it worth something.
Mom's like, just get a job at Walmart or something. But she doesn't get it. I'm not getting better.
You can say whatever you want, but I know I made the right choice. I made the right choice for me.
It's not fair to my family. I'm so needy and I have nothing to give them. I can't even love them properly.
I'd do anything for him. I love him.
They worry about me, they pay for everything, They're always checking up on me. Their lives would be so much easier if I wasn't around.
I just want to spend the rest of my life with him. He'd be such a great dad.
I did the right thing. I'm happy now.
I'm not worth anything to anyone.
I need him, and he needs me.
That was good. Oh, that was really good. Now I'm kind of pissed off that we didn't win any awards. I was so proud of it at the time. You know what? I'm still proud of it. Not for the same reasons. It doesn't look good, but the content, like what is in there, that story and how it's told and the acting. So pretty much all of what Cynthia's job was, she did a great job. And then there's me who didn't know what the hell he was doing. So then you get that. But I mean, that shows the power of a good story, and that shows the power of being able to be immersed and having that overall experience. That was an experience. Like how? I did not expect that. I think that part of what makes it work is because it's so simple, it's so stripped down. We have like a seamless backdrop, it's just black. They're all just monologues, they're all people that are just telling their stories, so we're all focused in on their stories. We don't need to pay attention to the technical errors that are showing up because they don't matter as much as what the content and what they're delivering is. So that wasn't as awful as I expected it to be. I honestly expected it to be a lot more sick. It's just kind of fun to see your creative progression. It's fun to see how you get to where you're at today. There's a lot of things that we can learn from this. I think it's really important that we don't take ourselves too seriously right now with the art that we're doing at the moment, because one day we're going to excel, we're going to grow. That is natural, that is a good thing. This is really cringeworthy, but at the same time, I'm really proud of the journey that I've taken and the choices that I've made and how I've gotten to where I'm at today. Sitting in a bar and potentially wasting my time and talking to myself. Yeah, but anyway guys, that's it for this week's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm thinking of doing a Q&A video next week, so if you have any questions at all, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to answer them. Feel free to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, ring that notification bell so you're getting those notifications, you know, do all that jazz, and I will see you next time. Take care.